Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. I don't know about you guys, but this was kind of a surprise to me that Max Keiser is actually not on the top Bitcoin holders list. And John Deaton was noticing this. This article, courtesy of Michael Branch here on Twitter. Deaton has expressed his astonishment at the conspicuous absence of Max Keiser, a renowned Bitcoin maximalist, on the ranking of the most preeminent Bitcoin holders. In a recent tweet, Decent pondered why Keiser is not among the top 10 holders of Bitcoin, despite his known early involvement in Bitcoin. He says, "I'm shocked not to see Max Keiser on the list. Hate him or love him, the man has given multiple people hundreds or even thousands of BTC when it was at $1. Maybe that's why he's not on the list." Guys, the list is here, courtesy of Whale Chart on Twitter. World's top 10 Bitcoin holders. So Satoshi Nakamoto topping the list at 1.1 million BTC in a wallet that has not moved since the beginning, really. Grayscale is number 2 on the list with 643,000 BTC approximately. Then it's Binance, guys. So we're getting into the exchanges here, 498,000 Bitcoin, then Bitfinex, 192 Bitcoin. The US government apparently has 175,000 Bitcoin. Things that make you go, MicroStrategy at 152,000, Block 1, 140, OKX 118,000, Robinhood has 118,000 Bitcoin as well, and the Winklevoss twins cumulatively 70,000 BTC. So Max Keiser not on that list. But if you wanted full transparency, guys, this is the list of who holds the largest amount of Bitcoin. Now, it's great to see that, some of these big corporations, big banks that we know are getting into crypto, i.e. BlackRock, Vanguard, they are not on this list, which means possibly the crypto market is still safe. I mean, we still do not know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. If you guys remember back probably about a couple of years ago now, or at least a year ago, this tweet was posted by Wheezy at Nerd Nation Unboxed back in July of 2022, where the government did reveal that they knew who Satoshi Nakamoto was. And so if you guys didn't catch the video I did on that way back then, I'll see if I can find it. I'll put it up here in the top right-hand corner to refresh your memory. All right, I'm feeling positive about this. And the market has been fairly positive over the last 24 hours or so. XRP right now trading just over 51 cents. So we have been seeing some upward momentum for XRP. This is XRP on the daily. If I throw it on the hourly, you guys can see we have come down a little bit, and wow, look at that wicked back down to about 50 cents, 50 and a half cents, and now we're back up nearing 51 cents, just over 51 cents. So we did actually see a high up here of about 52 and a half, but sure enough, we did come back down. The retracement, sellers taking profits while they're seeing an opportunity, and Bitcoin, guys, Bitcoin is also slowly making some gains, $27,000 per BTC. A couple of days ago, we saw that huge move up, then a huge move back, retracing back to almost where we started. And then, volatile movements. Now the trend is moving back down. So again, the micro trend on the hourly. Who knows where Bitcoin will go? Ultimately, though, we're not seeing too much in terms of price movement. It's not like we're seeing thousands of dollars in price appreciation for Bitcoin over that last little while, and that's usually what we see when the bulls really take off. So going to keep my eye on the market in the meantime, and by me saying that, it's kind of redundant. I'm continuously keeping my eyes on the market, especially at this point in time, a crucial point to accumulate cryptocurrencies at a low price, because they're only going up from here, guys. This is the equivalent, for those of you guys who are in the last bull run, the equivalent of the 2019. So accumulation now. And my patrons are already on board for only $5 a month. You guys can follow me on Patreon. You can see what I'm trading. I do post my trades. I'm posting every single coin, the amount that I'm putting into these coins, and you guys will see exactly at what prices I purchased at. I've identified cost average down zones for my patrons in case they're interested in that, and targets too. We're going to be talking about that as well. So guys, $5 a month, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. If that is something you are interested in. Brad Garlinghouse posted this just yesterday. They were back in DC with members of Congress alongside Stuart Alderati and Rob G6, who is Rob Grant, leading the way on global policy for Ripple. So he's from the policy team, can't get regulatory clarity without actually engaging with the elected officials. So look at that, Ripple in Washington, D.C. doing their part, obviously wanting to put an end to the insanity that is going on in the United States when it comes to regulatory clarity. Another one here from Brad, had to take a picture in front of the SEC building while in town. In case you're wondering, no, Gary Gensler did not invite us in. Look at these two guys hamming it up. Well, I mean, you got to have a little fun with it. I mean, considering all things considered, the situation and all. So that's what's going on from Camp Ripple. Bill Morgan here posting this. It's a great point Caitlin Long makes about the risk of agencies pushing the industry into litigation that may result in jurisdictional gray areas being the subject of legal decisions that, my words, clip the wings of executive government agency jurisdiction overreach. He was retweeting out Sento Sumo Saba's tweet here. The fact that there is a crypto freakout by the Biden administration so extreme that, I mean, this is what it's creating, guys. Listen to this clip.
What is Custodia trying to do? It's trying to create a durable on-off ramp where we're specializing as a bank in the particular risks of the digital asset customer base. And we saw that, and we knew, by the way, Custodia knew that there was heightened bank run risk for traditional banks that were serving the digital asset industry because of how fast settling and how high velocity the transactions in this asset class can be. I mean, heck, stable coins at one point, each tether was changing hands 3 times a day.
Wow.
Okay. The monetary velocity, the M1 velocity of the US dollar is 1.2 times a year.
If you have a bank run, you can satisfy all
Correct.
of the withdrawals 24/7.
That's absolutely correct. The liquidity risk in this business model is vastly different than the liquidity risk of a traditional bank that, again, in this case of Silvergate, it was pretty obvious. If you looked at their balance sheet, you go back and look at Silvergate or Signature's balance sheets, it's pretty obvious that they had massive bank run risk. The Custodia case is about something much more foundational, to your point, which is, can a business even survive if it doesn't have US dollar access in the United States to be able to pay its vendors and very importantly, to be able to pay the IRS its withholding taxes, as we talked about earlier. And then most recently, I was reading Lynn Alden's book, Broken Money. And the first risk she pointed to isn't banning crypto. It's closing off the on-off ramps. It's funny that the Biden administration was that the crypto freakout that it had was so extreme. Yeah. That it went to this length where it's now across multiple federal agencies in multiple federal court districts facing what I would call bet the farm type litigation, that if the agencies lose, their jurisdiction is changed permanently by the federal court system. Federal agencies don't like to be sued because they benefit from the gray area, and they constantly, frankly, have been expanding their jurisdiction and nobody's really pushed back. And it's just funny that crypto became the thing that caused the true jurisdictional boundaries of some of these federal agencies to be examined by federal courts.
The last 2 points that Caitlin Long there made, I think were the most important. The on and off ramps, guys, that is what's really going to be important for us, cashing out of our cryptocurrency. Some people have been asking me too, what on and off ramps I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be outlining that for my patrons. I just wanted to bring that up because it's going to be different for everybody, but I'm going to be giving an explanation on what the on and off ramps could be in your situation, depending on where you live. The other thing too I wanted to mention, I have been getting a lot of questions from my patrons, and I have been, I think, trying to answer all your questions. I do want to be able to answer everybody's question, so I do think I am all caught up now. You do have direct access to me when you do sign up for the Patreon. The other thing too that Caitlin Long talks about here is the Biden administration's bet the farm type litigation that could in fact change the jurisdiction of these regulators permanently. So it's an interesting time we're in right now, I got to say, especially in the United States, when it comes to crypto regulatory clarity. So anyway, you should probably catch out John Deaton's podcast. Crypto Eddie here did post a YouTube link with that live presentation. Wanted to keep moving, guys, because we got some other news with regards to Sam Bankman-Fried's parents. Apparently, they siphoned millions from FTX before the collapse. So, guys, here's what happened. Barbara Fried and Joe Bankman allegedly used their access and influence within the FTX enterprise to enrich themselves. These guys, SBF's parents, are just as scumbaggy as SBF, apparently. The suit comes just days before Bankman-Fried's criminal trial is set to begin over the allegation that he defrauded FTX customers and lenders, leading to the company's stunning collapse last year. The company, under a new CEO, has since been working out to recover billions of dollars in lost customer funds. And guys, check this out. This is an excerpt, I think, from a deposition or something like that. This was courtesy of Connor here on Twitter. SBF's father was unhappy with his salary at FTX US, so he emailed SBF asking for more money, and then he pulled the "I'm telling your mother" dad move and looped SBF's mom into the email thread. No, I'm not making this up. On January 12, 2022, despite Bankman's employment agreement with FTX US detailing a $200,000 annual salary, Bankman complained to FTX US head of administration that he was receiving gross pay of only $16,667 per month from FTX US when he was supposed to be getting $1 million per year starting in December. So that would be a bit more than $80,000 a month gross. Bankman promptly brought his discontent to Bankman-Fried's attention, emailing his son, "Gee, Sam, I don't know what to say here. This is the first I have heard of the $200,000 a year salary." Putting Barbara on this, in other words, Bankman lobbied his son to massively increase his own salary. A family full of scumbags. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. This disgusts me. But I thought I'd bring it to you guys. This is what's happening in the United States. Across the globe, though, in Japan, Bitcoin adoption is continuing by big banks, guys. This one has to do with Ripple partner Nomura Bank. So they are adopting a Bitcoin fund and will have long-only exposure to Bitcoin and be available to institutional investors. So we're seeing these banks, already the crypto-friendly banks. Again, like I mentioned, Nomura is one of those Japanese banks that is part of that consortium that has committed to using RippleNet, and it's Japanese largest investment bank. So they have said that they are going to, they announced that a Bitcoin-based fund will be the first in a range of digital adoption investment solutions that the firm plans to introduce. Nomura is a Japanese financial giant with over $500 billion worth of assets and offers brokerage services to leading institutional investors. The Bitcoin fund, launched by its digital asset firm, will now offer investors direct exposure to Bitcoin. So long only, you cannot short Bitcoin here. It's going to be called the Laser Digital Bitcoin Adoption Fund. And so Laser Digital Asset Management head Sebastian Guglietta said Bitcoin is one of the enablers of this long-lasting transformational change, and long-term exposure to Bitcoin offers a solution for investors to capture this macro trend. The Bitcoin Adoption Fund might be the first of its kind launched by Nomura and its digital asset arm, but the Japanese investment banking giant has been investing in the digital asset ecosystem for quite some time already. In September of 2022, the firm launched its digital asset venture capital arm to stay at the forefront of digital innovation. Earlier in August this year, Nomura's crypto arm, Laser Digital, also won Dubai's Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, or VARA, license to operate in the country. So also something that Ripple was looking at getting. Interesting. So, BlackRock is eyeing Bitcoin. Now Nomura, Japan's largest institutional investment bank, is also eyeing Bitcoin. Guys, I think it's pretty clear to see where this trend is going here. Crypto Eddie also posting this with regards to Union Bank. Okay, in 2019, Union Bank and Ripple partnered to power a wallet with XRP ODL. Then in 2022, Union Bank went live on Medico for crypto services, guys. Today, the BSP grants full VASP license to Union Bank. So the Union Bank, which is a bank in the Philippines, on Tuesday said it has been given the go-ahead by Bangko Sentral ni Filipinas to operate as a virtual asset service provider, or a VASP, making it the first and only universal bank in the country to offer this service. The full VASP license means that the bank can now extend virtual asset exchange services to a broader base of its customers through the Union Bank online app. Guys, don't you find it a little disheartening to see all these other banks around the world are, operating kind of at the next level when it comes to crypto adoption? Meanwhile, we're still trying to figure out which cryptos have clarity in the United States. Yesterday, we just got word that the NYDFS recently removed XRP from their list of greenlit crypto assets. If you guys didn't catch that video, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. Kind of ridiculous considering XRP does have that clarity. Meanwhile, in the rest of the world, the Asia Pacific, specifically the Middle East, a lot of places in Europe, even Africa, guys, and South America too. Jurisdictions around the world where crypto adoption is happening at lightning speed, and we're seeing, these traditional banks getting licenses to be able to transact in cryptocurrency. I feel like this has been or should have been, the path that the U.S., should have been taken. Meanwhile, we've got the Biden administration, as per Caitlin Long, betting the farm type litigation that can permanently change the way crypto will be litigated in the United States. Anyway, it's great news for Ripple partners in other regions around the world. Hopefully, though, we're going to see some more meaningful crypto regs come to the United States of America soon. Anyway, wanted to thank Crypto Eddie for posting that. This one, guys, from Lord XRP, Ripple partner Ant Group and Ripple partner Alipay have combined efforts, so Ant Group adds 10 e-wallets from the Alipay program into China. Access to the e-wallets make it possible for users of MPay, HiPay, Changi Pay, OCBC, NaverPay, TossPay, and then a whole bunch of others to make mobile payments in mainland China using Alipay's merchant network. The e-wallet companies from Malaysia, Mongolia, Singapore, South Korea, Thailand, Hong Kong, and Macau span a population of 175 million people. So that is covering a lot of users there. The e-wallet travelers are able to use their own digital wallet apps while in China, with select companies having access to Alipay Plus, rewards and deals. Doug Fagan, Senior Vice President of Ant Group and Head of Alipay Plus cross-border mobile payment services, stated a growing variety of mobile payment providers are joining this ecosystem for cross-border digital commerce, from mobile e-wallets to banking apps, independent merchant apps, and super apps. We will invest faster and deeper in payments and digital marketing technologies to help our partners and merchants achieve robust omni-channel growth. So again, guys, just another example here of where we're seeing, the adoption take place. All this, type of transformational innovation happening in other parts of the world. We're not seeing it in the U.S., at least not yet. It is positive, though, for the XRP ledger and XRP generally, just because we know more value is being derived to the XRP ledger through the Ripple partnerships. And now, even those partners are expanding even further. So wanted to thank Lord XRP here for posting that. Now, how high is XRP going to go, and what does this consolidation period even mean? Let me bring the chart back up for you guys just to show you guys. I was mentioning this about the XRP chart a few days ago, and so it was funny that Greg Crypto decided to bring this up. I have XRP here, guys, on the weekly. And let me show you guys something that somebody else brought up last week that I thought was quite an interesting observation here. The accumulation pattern for XRP is now in the longest stage that it has been for a while. So the theory goes as such: the longer the accumulation phase, the higher XRP is going to pop. And so, we were talking about the accumulation phase, and because we did not reach all-time high in 2021, some could argue that this is in fact the accumulation period for XRP, meaning it has gone on way longer than previous accumulation phases, thus suggesting that the price of XRP, at least according to Greg Crypto here, could go as high as 27x. So a technical principle states, the longer the consolidation, the stronger and lengthier the ensuing breakout. This post delves into that idea, so we're here to analyze XRP, of course. Let's look at some time spent accumulating and the potential multipliers when XRP broke across those accumulation zones. So he's identified 5 zones in particular: 3 months, 3x, 7 months, 2x, 27 months, 14x, and 7 months at 8x. So that totals about 44 months. And guys, we're looking at 27x here. The average 11 months, 6.75x. So the current accumulation zone is so far 68 months, and the multiplier will most probably be one of the below assumptions. Let's do some basic math here, considering the all-time high at about $3.30. So assumption number 1, 27x from all-time high is nearly $90. Assumption number 2, 6.75x from all-time high is approximately $22. Assumption number 3, lowest multiplier, 2x from all-time high is roughly $6.60. And assumption number 4, highest multiplier, 14x from all-time high is about $46. Now, he says, in my personal opinion, remember, the longer the base, the higher the rise. This 27x surge combines all previous multipliers will be in play. And guys, when we look at the chart, just looking at this, this setup, this breakout could be, in fact, set up to go even higher than we saw before. Even just taking a look at where XRP did go, we throw Fibonacci on here, and it looks as though we hit the 4.236. Now, if we bring the Fibonacci up to the 2.36, you guys can see we still did actually get more of a price appreciation for XRP just from this build up in here. So one could only assume where we could go from here, guys. Again, you know, everybody's calculations are going to be different. I personally think a $13 XRP would be very, very healthy this time around, but considering how much accumulation is taking place, considering how many more on and off ramps there are going to be in the United States this time around, could we see an XRP upwards of $58? Eggrag is suggesting 27x from all-time high is nearly a $90 XRP. So what do you guys think? $6.60 to $90? Is that a reasonable assessment for this spec bull run? Tell me down in the comments what you guys think, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.